What up guys, Mark and Andy back. Today I'm going to be doing a deep clean on my engine bay. I have never done this before, and I actually watched a Chris Fix video today at work on how to do it, so I'm going to be attempting that. I have random things from my garage that should help with the cleaning process. I have random shop towels, I have a trash bag for the engine since it is still a little warm, and then I have a little bottle of soapy water, and most importantly, I have a First Form energy drink to keep me energized for it. So stay tuned to see the results. So it has been officially 3 years of ownership since I bought this car. As you can see, it has gotten its fair share of dirt, especially since I daily it and I drive in the winter. So there's a lot of road salt and a lot of everything else in here. So we are going to start with shop vac, cleaning out most of the dirt and grime you see on the surface. We are going to start with that, and then we are going to clean up some of the plastics, and then we are going to finish letting the engine cool off before we even touch any of that. But we will be showing a somewhat detailed process on how to clean your engine bay. All right guys, well, I didn't end up filming much of the cleaning at all, so I probably won't even show any of it, but it made a huge difference. So basically, we pretty much just dusted off a lot of the exteriors like I said we would. We really cleaned up and paid attention to detail across a lot of that, especially down and stuff like this. So I know there's gonna be like a really good before and after, but I mean, we got all around everywhere. I mean, around the hood, we got up in there, we got the intake, got some of the top, the valve cover, cleaned the intake manifold, and did some stuff here. And actually, I am on the works of creating something special who I was just working with my buddy, and it is gonna be this. And as you guys can see with the ECS Luft Technic, I think is how you pronounce it, intake, I don't have a heat shield. There's nothing that goes here for heat shield. So I am on the imagination side, I guess, today, and I will be picking back up tomorrow with my buddy to finish developing this. As you guys can see, there's a little cutout for the upper return radiator hose, and we are going to be doing some self-tappers and making this fit. But I have on the works to color this, probably paint it. I don't know if I want to do red or black. I'll probably do red. I think red would be a cool touch. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up painting it red, but I think it'll look really good. But huge thing I will notice, I already know, is that my IATs will be down significantly. I really noticed this when I went to the track about a month ago, and I was sitting in traffic and my temps got absolutely way too hot. And I was definitely heat soaking on my pole at the racetrack. So this would just be huge, and it's just a fun little project that, you know, I can save a bunch of money on, because I was looking and some of those heat shields are like $200-300 bucks. So it's not worth it for me. I'd rather just make my own because I had extra metal hanging around, and you know, I could do it. So why not? It'd be turned into a fun little video to see if anybody else can make their own as well. So stay tuned for tomorrow, and I will pick back up with David. All right, guys, this is day 2. And actually, I don't know if you guys can see it over there or not, but it's fully done. So I ended up just going ahead and completely finishing it with my boy David. He had to take off and go to dinner. It ended up kind of cutting close, so we just wanted to make sure we got everything done. But we made a quick trip to O'Reilly's. We got some self-tapping screws, which were like $5. We got a strip of weather stripping on like just a generic car to go over the top so it wouldn't cut into my coolant hose across the top. That was like $10. And then we got a high temp bottle of RTV to go around and seal everything up so there's no air leaks and nothing goes flying off into my engine, which would be terrible. And then we ended up getting a bottle of high temp spray paint as well. And it looks orange-ish from here. I can't tell, honestly. I think it's a little bit more orange than I would have liked, but I really, really liked how it turned out. It turned out really well. So this is it. So it looks like all of the aftermarket ones where air goes in through your vents here and it hits this and directs over to the intake. So, but yeah, so that is that folded sheet of aluminum with a couple, 2-3 coats of spray paint on it. And then this is that coolant return hose, which I just notched out. And then, like I said, that is just weather stripping across the top. And it is in with a couple self-tapping screws, which you just have to make sure you don't go into the radiator housing for. So, but all in all, I think it looks really good. The hood closes, the vents work, and I actually took out that OEM piece, which I think a lot of the kits come with that. But since I bought this intake about 2 years ago already without the heat shroud, I was kind of dead in the water because they don't really make an aftermarket piece for it. And even if they do, it's like $200 something. So I'm happy it was only $45. And like I said, it turned out really good. So, but yeah, it's huge, it's tall, and it should direct all of that airflow into the intake, which is where I need it to go to keep those temps down. As you guys can see as well, the deep clean finished tremendously, really well. Like, it couldn't have turned out any better. Like, there are some spots that we really detailed, and I mean, it looks almost like new again. Even though the car's not too old, it definitely had some dirt on it. But yeah, it looks really good. Everything looks really, really clean for the most part. It's actually coming up really good on camera. But yeah, with that being said, with it being clean and the new shroud in there directing airflow, this car should hopefully be good. I do need to clean that filter though. That is nasty. That'll be a different video. But if you guys enjoyed watching, please hit that like button and subscribe. More videos will be out this summer. I have huge plans for this car and my buddy's cars. I have a couple projects on the way. I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say it's gonna get louder and there might be flames in a different spot. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Are you struggling to find the right tool for your Volkswagen or Audi car? Well, Wrench House has everything you need, from specific timing kits to even the small stuff like Torx bits and triple squares. They have everything to keep your car safe and on the road for repairs. With that being said, don't miss out on this specialty 10% off store-wide discount code. Use discount code MK8ANDY, all capitalized. It'll save you 10% off at checkout on anything in the store that you want.